Okay, so today I decided to make a video about game, the final game, the gold medal match game between Germany and Serbia and FIBA World Cup 2023. So first at the beginning, disclaimer: I'm clearly a Serbian fan, and really wanted Serbia to win the title. So as a Serbian, I'm biased against Germany. So there's that. But other than that, with that being said, I'll try to uh, kind of assess the way referees made calls in this game, which I found really that they were trying to help Germany to get to the title, and there is a comparison to be made to a game between Serbia and Turkey in 2010 in the semi-final of the World Cup that was held in Turkey actually. And there's an interesting and nice video that they found like from many years ago. This is posted uh, was posted 9 years ago. It's a Turkey Serbia Mundo Basket 2010, and the video is titled "Biggest Basketball Cheating Ever." So Serbia lost here by 2010, and to say like whoever remembers the game, Serbian coach Dusan Nikolic, rest in peace, and the most of the players were during the game and after the game were protesting against the way referees helped Turkey win the game, and even a reputable um, basketball channel on on YouTube, Basket News, actually a crew of three Lithuanian guys, basketball enthusiasts. Gytis Blaževičius, Augustas Siliuskas, and Donatas Urbonas. It's a very nice channel. Whoever wants can follow them and so on. Made a video about that game, and while they said that they didn't find, like, through the most of the games there were not too many calls that were favoring Serbia. In the last 3-4 minutes, they said like that most of the calls were in favor of Turkey's, and they made a lot of mistakes, like maybe not intentionally according to them, but they made the mistakes, and maybe because of the Turkey as a host, they kind of fell under the atmosphere in the hall in that night. Anyways, so even they agree that there was a mistake. They also mentioned how after the game, the Serbian Basketball Federation sent how do you call it, a CD with about 50 mistakes refs made, and all of them were in favor of Turkey, and basically, and I wanted to share just for the at the start um one comment that said here from that video. It says, "I remember watching this game in a local pub with my high school friends. It was around halftime and we were up around 10, meaning Serbia. There was a bad call. Immediately my friend who trained basketball said to me, 'We are losing this for sure.' I looked at him like he was stupid and said to him, 'There's no way, like, we're killing them.' He says, 'No, every time we were close to break the game, so to pull away with a bigger difference.' And in that game, Serbia had, like, on various points up to 5 to 8 points difference, and then the refs would help Turkey, and the lead would go down, like the lead that Serbia go on, and the Serbian, even though at a certain points it was looked that they were much better and they were like about to win, Turkey always came back with the helps of the refs. They said no, every time we were close to break the game, the refs bring them back. I play in this ref-rigged home games, and we cannot win. And really, that's what happened. But it was very close in the end, even with all that. So those are two videos. You can see that it's the video channel is called Joker Production, and it says like Turkey 83 82 to Serbia, Mundo Basket 2000, biggest basketball cheating ever. Whoever wants to watch that video, I don't want to play it because they also have a um, rap song in the video, and it's kind of gonna be a problem with the MCA or copyright claims if I play it. I don't know how that guy. So let's go back to the game.
Schroeder looking at inbound. Close to a 5-second call. Moritz Wagner on the floor. Oh, nice sweep through by Schroeder. So smart. And he heads to the free throw line. Abramovich can't quite believe it. He's got to be careful.
Okay, this is a first of those calls that I actually would call like a dirty play by German players, and a dirty kind of tricks and so on. And my point is like refs bought it every time, and this I wouldn't call like this is the first that I will include. It's not even a 50-50 call. This is like just a dirty trick.
Great job taking the contact there. You see that right hand on the arm.
So basically, Abramovich used the hand just like in the defensive stand, and if I go back a little bit, I don't think this is a foul, and the ref was right in front of them, and as soon as Schroeder made in that direction, like Abramovich pulled away hand, like he basically didn't even have anything to hold on, and there was no contact. It just I think Schroeder just forced a contact, and ref just bought it. So this is a first. I wouldn't even call this a 50-50. This is a clear still call against Serbia. So Schroeder gets here through two free throws, and Abramovich foul number 1 against Schroeder. This points stolen from Serbia and so on. But this is the first goal, and as you can see, and Abramovich clearly saying, okay, that's not a foul, and he started to talk with refs about it.
Mentioned it earlier, how well they move the basketball, how well they execute on the offensive end. Really good distribution. And it's almost like with the 5 guys that are on the floor, each one of them is a facilitator. You're not just relying on your playmakers or your guards.
Hold on, he actually made both, right? Here? Okay, so...
It's 1 through 5. Serbia,
so, yeah, I think then it's 2 points, sorry. Not 1. Okay, and get back to the game.
point guard. And Guterich will be called for the foul, trying to put it a little bit too much.
And I think this is one of the things is the refs. I don't think that there was a foul here.
Ball pressure.
There was no foul here.
Such a legendary coach.
Like we don't have a clear angle here, but I don't think there was a foul here.
For many years, coached this German national team on two separate.
And this is important because these kind of fouls are adding, like, first of all, getting players into foul troubles, and second of all, getting team into bonus when after 4 fouls you have to give. As you can see here, after 4 fouls, the opposing team is shooting free throws after next foul.
Stints. And now been the Serbian coach since 2021. Here's Tiemann. Over to Bunga. Good defense from Serbia. Bunga keeps the dribble alive and all the way with the left.
And this is these are 2 fouls. That first called foul that wasn't the foul, and here is offensive foul against Bonga that wasn't called. And I think in a replay we'll see it. And you can see that Davidovas here is complaining to the ref because he was clearly pushed as Bonga was dribbling ball with his left hand. With the right hand, he was pushing Davidovas and creating separation. So in my mind, this is like they will show later, like during Serbia's timeout, that situation with Bonga. I will call it here, and just you will see a moment later. Bonga. Offensive foul. And those are +2.
So a couple turnovers over the last few possessions. Franz goes inside to Tiemann. Wagner long distance 3, and he's fouled on the release. He'll have 3 free throws here.
And I think this is a 50-50 call, like against Marinkovic, where was a Franz Wagner shot, and I think Marinkovic kind of got in his pad, but it was a minimal contact. So in a second it will be displayed like Marinkovic foul on Wagner. Wagner.
Called for the silly foul, and that's going to lead to a timeout on the floor. You take a look here at the contest.
So if you see, Marinkovic was going in a direction, but also Wagner was going upwards. He was not staying like. Let me just pause it back a little bit. So you can call this, but it's not like, you see how Wagner's leg here is extended. So it came all the way here. Like you usually don't have, like, I think it's a little bit unnatural, but it's a stretch. I wouldn't say that. That's why I'm saying it's a 50-50. It's a stretch, but it's extended all the way up. You don't usually, when you see somebody shooting 3-pointer in on a game or in a park, that he's making a full stretch. Like, look at the distance between both legs of Wagner. Like, it's almost like a stretch. Like, it's a little bit unnatural. Like, I guess where my pointer is, like, this is where Wagner's leg should have been, and then this is like, I think it is being done by players just to force or simulate fouls from defense, and I don't think this was a foul. The contact was minimal, but this is a type of call that you can actually call as an offensive foul, like a foul from defense or not. But I think that his leg here, I think most of the contact is about leg and giving him space to land. But where the landing area for his leg should be is it should be around here, and not all the way here. Like I think he extended the right leg just to draw the foul here. Made his
Stints. And now been the Serbian coach since 2021. Here's Tiemann.
okay.
Over to Bunga. Good defense from Serbia.
Okay, so because I couldn't find it like in a replay, I'm just gonna make a replay myself here. Just I need to. You can see the use of his hand. So let me. I wanted actually to slow it down a little bit. 0.5, and I think you can then see what I mean. So here, watch this now. He goes that way. He can't. He is being doubled here. Then he goes the other way. So here you can see like how he uses his hand here to create separation. Like here, one touch, second touch, and like to me this is a clear offensive foul because twice he dribbled with left and pushed away Davidovas so he can create separation to make his layup, not allowing Davidovas to make a defense. And you can see Goodrich here with his both hands raised. How is this not a foul, offensive foul? And you have two refs. One is here and one is here, and they're not saying like I was expecting, but because I saw in the one of the broadcasts here that during the Serbia's timeout they showed that slow motion. I was expecting it to be earlier, so I'm showing it right now here. Anyways, okay. Not to listen this kind of distorted commentary. We're just gonna switch back to normal speed of reproduction and skip where we were after the
World Cup match, but they're playing inside outside basketball. Modern day right now is you're getting up and down and shooting as many threes as possible, but both of these teams are really playing from the inside, finding their mismatches, finding the advantages, and making plays there.
So Franz Wagner, again, adding to his point total. He is now Daniel Tice with the Indiana Pacers. See Paul Gasol.
Okay, so I'm gonna add 3 points from because Wagner made all his 3 points from that foul, that bogus foul, in my opinion. So this is already 7 points that I think refs, and so this is the first bogus foul that Schroeder drew from Abramovich, like with that extended hand, and then him flopping and simulating the foul. Then you have offensive foul on Bonga, and then Marinkovic's foul on Wagner. Those are three situations so far. That's 7 points, and yeah, one was offensive foul, and this is like a already 5 free throws that Germany managed to draw these situations.
On that list, looking to add to it. Here's Bogdanovic behind the back. Goes to the left hand. Nice challenge there by Bonga.
And here you can see already a guy on Serbian bench raising a hand. How is this not a foul? So you can see this ref here. This ref here was right there, and he saw the action. This one was a bit far away, so I mean he had a clear vision to what was happening, but I don't think so. I'll explain why this is a foul. Like I'm just gonna again make a slow motion and put it back a little bit, maybe a little bit more. So watch now. So why is this a foul? Because Bonga is and went into the trajectory of Bogdanovic's movement. I'll go back again. So he was moving and he went into the body of Bogdanovic. This is not a foul by a hand. This is a foul by a body because he clearly, interfered with Bogdanovic's movement. So he was moving. Let's put this like this. He was going. So you see that he went straight in front of Bogdanovic. You see where his legs are. So if Bonga was there, staying there, and he was completely vertical, this wouldn't have been a problem. But Bonga was not with his both hands, with his both feet on the ground and in a vertical position, not moving. Bonga was moving in this sort of a block, and this should have been called a foul, and that's why the guys jumped from Serbian bench asking, "Where's the foul here?" You see this guy here, like I think this is Nebo Šelić from the bench says, "Wait, where's the foul here?" And you see this guy here, this ref here. I don't know which one of them. I don't care. Like I think those are the refs from South America, and these are FIBA refs, and they're not EuroLeague refs, so they're a little bit of referees that are a little bit worse than EuroLeague refs. But still, this is like a basic call. Like if guys are moving and is interfering the shooter, even with his body, and if he is not standing in the place and with his both legs on the ground, then that's a foul, and it's clearly a foul. And Serbian players like Bogdanovic looked at the refs and saying like not a foul, and just because they had just a timeout where Pesic warned them not to protest against the refs. Called foul. Bonga, BNB, Bonga and Bogdanovic, because I don't have space. I'm gonna run out of space here. So this should have been 2 free throws, I think. So another 2 points that were like taken from Serbia.
Anticipated the pass perfectly. Franz Wagner has the height advantage, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Although
Okay, this is another situation where there shouldn't be like where the free throws are given, and you can as you will see in the next slow motion, or I just make a slow motion of this if they're not showing it in this broadcast, is why Serbian players are protesting that he wasn't going to shoot, he was going to pass. And if you can see here, Serbia committed only 3 fouls, and even if they committed this fourth, they're still not in bonus, which means they're still not supposed to be. Germans shouldn't be shooting 3-pointers, but refs interpreted this as he is in the shooting motion, Therefore, this is a shooting foul, even though he had no intention of shooting. He was trying to pass the ball. Watch this.
Serbia arguing that it was a pass.
So watch this. Clearly, he's with his.
Forcing the issue.
He was not trying to shoot with his back against the rim. He didn't look in the direction of the rim whatsoever. So he was trying to pass the left to right wherever, or to ties. Whatever he was trying to make, he was not trying to shoot. If there is no intent of shooting, there shouldn't be no free throws if the team is not in bonus, and Serbia wasn't in the bonus here. So I'll go to my whiteboard, and already you can see that after 4 calls, like I'm already full. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna move this point stolen from Serbia here to make more rooms for Arab's mistakes. Stolen from Serbia, and right now it's 9 already, plus this 2 free throw. I don't know how many he made. This is 9 without this, and raise here. Just anyways, let's go here.
He's been very aggressive here in this first half. It looks like he will get the free throws after all.
And you can see Petrushov continue to talk to refs. How are these free throws? We're not in the bonus yet. Well, like they're getting with the bonus with this foul, but so just after next foul there will be a free throw, because Wagner was not looking at for shooting. He was just trying to pass the ball.
Well, coming up at the half, we have a great halftime show for you, including highlights from the bronze medal game between the United States and Canada. Also, all the top 10 plays from the FIBA Basketball World Cup, all the action we've had over the last couple of weeks, and of course, the first half highlights and stats from this one. Of course, Canada with a huge...
Okay, so he made 2, so I'm gonna add 2 more. This is 2. It's already 9, and with this it's already 11, and it's only a half yet, and it's not even finished. Because I know that there are more calls from the first. It's 11 points already.
Victory over the USA in the bronze medal game, 127-118 in overtime. We got to enjoy that one here.
And remember what I said at the beginning. Every time Serbia is trying to pull away, and they were like +4 here, and there were on an occasion that were actually, I think, 28, 23 or something like that, 5 points, or 26, 21. The first quarter, every time the refs comes with some kind of calls that pull Germany back. And those are 2 instances where calling, and exactly that comment that says like that's how the refs rig the games. Got here to add this Wagner foul. Wagner's 2 free throws and none foul.
Abramovich. Oh, wow.
So watch this now.
Way downtown. Here comes Abramovich.
So it's clear that Abramovich here was pushed from the back by Franz Wagner. And I'll put it back and I'll let you watch in slow motion. But then the refs decided.
Way downtown.
So watch Wagner. You can see that with his left hand, Abramovich was pushed, and this the ref that was here from the left side clearly saw what happened. Clearly saw that it was an unsportsmanlike foul, and he called it. He called it.
Oh, wow.
You can see that he called it an offense. This ref here didn't see much because he was on the other side and he couldn't have seen. Like I don't think he could have seen properly because of all the players that were here that this was an unsportsmanlike foul. And now they're I'm gonna put their production speed of reproduction to normal, and we'll see that they're gonna check this in a slow motion, and they won't watch this video, this side of the this camera angle. They will watch a camera angle from the other side where you cannot see what Wagner did with his left arm, basically pushing Abramovich and committing a sportsmanlike foul.
Push in the back, and that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul on Franz Wagner. Yeah. We'll take another look there on the replay. Kind of two hands to the back.
He's looking at the official and saying he made a play on the ball, but from our vantage point, you can see the extension of his arms.
Hey, stop. Hey, you need to stop. Well, I'm going to review. But you need to stop.
Don't worry, we'll take care of it for you. So now exclusively they're looking at in slow motion, looking at this camera angle, where you can see that with his right hand, Franz Wagner is making a play on ball, but you cannot see what he's pushing Abramovich intentionally from the back with his left hand. That was in the regular broadcast. They're not looking, and this ref was right there. Like, he didn't need the slow motion. He straight saw that he was pushing, and he needed the slow motion to tell him, okay, I forgot that they clearly in front of me that he pushed. So you're telling me this wasn't intentional stealing, intentional bad call by the ref by this guy? Like, two of them were looking at the slow motion there, not just one of them. Okay, this guy who was from the other side couldn't see. Fine. But this guy, he didn't see in the slow motion. He didn't need any slow motion. And I saw like Croatian coach Aso Petrovic, who was best remembered as a coach in Croatian national team, and he's a brother of late rest in peace Dražen Petrovic. He says, yeah, they made a mistake because they only saw this one, but you're telling me like this ref here needed a slow motion? Why? Like, if Germany didn't ask for challenge here, which Germany didn't, why did this ref need a slow motion when he saw it right straight away that Franz Wagner pushed Abramovich with the left hand? If there was no ill intent in making bad calls, how do you explain this? I'm really wanted to hear anybody's explanation, like in the comments or whatever. Whoever watches this video, explain to me how it is not intentionally a call to damage Serbia.
He did make a play on the ball on the front, but from the referee's angle behind him, he just saw kind of the push.
Behind, that was the initial look that we had as well from behind.
Yeah,
See the
this angle you can see it's been pushed.
right hand swipes at the basketball, and that left is on the hip. It'll be interesting to see what they decide here.
Well, we'll take you in here for the referee's huddle as they review the play.
That's on the top. No, the second, that one, yeah.
Yeah, watch this camera angle. Don't watch the other one. Official review. Don't look at the camera angle where you can see clear that Wagner is pushing with the left hand. This is most interesting and talented.
I'm just seeing the contact on the back, but it was a normal basketball play. Let me see again. Yeah, okay. That's it.
Normal basketball player, not a push at all.
Downgrade the foul. The foul did not meet the criteria for a my life foul. So it is 2 shots for 30, right? 2 shots. Okay. We had 2 shots, right? Okay. No, let me see. Go ahead. Go again. Yeah, he was going to the basket. Okay, 2 shots.
Well, you heard it there from the referees. They're going to downgrade the foul from an unsportsmanlike to a regular foul.
And that's the right.
And then you can see the commentators staying silent, even though they said like this is clearly an unsportsmanlike foul, and they said like this ref was this the ref? I don't know which of them. Like I know that one is from Panama and the other one is I don't know where from, but they're both from South America. Like, are you real with this? So this like. I'm just gonna call it, and then I later tell how many points were made off this play, because this is also one of the very crucial plays. Okay, so unsportsman like foul relegated. Ooh, normal. Well. And this is just the first half. So I don't know. I should probably save this as a photo and then make another one for the second half. This is only for first half and already have how many calls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays that all 6 calls that all went against Serbia. And I don't think I actually noted all the calls that I could have. Like, for example, there was this foul that Moritz Wagner made against Marinkovic while he was shooting, and I just okay, I don't need this. I have too much material. I don't need to make a single one because I won't have a room to make those.
Call. You have to give the officials credit for, going reviewing it and not letting pride get in the way and emotions get in the way of just making the right call there.
Of course, one of the features here at the World Cup is the transparency.
And the funniest thing is Germans are complaining, and it makes sense for them to complain now because the foul is relegated, and I think that was the 4th foul. So it doesn't make even this, like, even the refs are like, we cannot steal that much, so they give two free throws to Serbia, even though they're relegated. And I think that was the 4th foul. I don't remember. Like, it was this the 4th foul, or Germans were already in the bonus, because I can't remember. But if that's the case, this is funny because even their stealing is not logical. How they still make the bad calls. Because what the Germans coach Ronald Herbert is saying, why are these now 2 free throws? Because if this was the 4th foul, Serbia is not still in the bonus. If this is an unsportsmanlike foul, then Serbia has 2 free throws, and then it has a possession afterwards, like another possession afterwards. And like during the free throws, the players are outside of 3-pointer arc, which is important, which will explain the sequence what happened here.
Into that referee review. Now they're trying to say that it shouldn't be free throws as the fouls committed on the ground.
And you can see like dirtiness. Like, this is what bothers me. Like, German team is a very good team. They have some NBA players, like 4 NBA players, very good players, and I think some of them like very good EuroLeague players. Like Bonga is also a former NBA players. Why do they need to play like this? Why do they need to play this dirty? Like, and you see Wagner is laughing here. He committed like pushed from the back Serbian players, potentially could have injured him. Then refs helped Germany, and he's laughing like, and even asking like why is he shooting free throws? Like, there is no shame here. Like, you're not being ashamed. You're trying to win the game at any cost, and you're not trying to play in the spirit of fair play and sportsmanship. To me, like, if I'm bothered with anything, I'm bothered with that, and that's why I'm making this video.
But he was going towards the basket.
Like, when somebody laughs like this, like a whistle after he makes a play that could have actually potentially injured the opposing player.
First personal foul on Wagner. Coach Gordy Herbert getting the explanation from the official. 34 seconds left here in the first half. Germany a 1-point lead with Serbia at the line. And Abramovich ties it up at 45. Just the 5th and 6th free throws for Serbia. Germany already been to the line 11 times, knocking down 10 so far. Oh, nice tap.
So here, you see, if this was unsportsmanlike foul, you see that Abramovich made one and he missed the second, and I think it would have been a miss with or without guys touching the ball of the cylinder, because if this was an unsportsmanlike foul, everybody would be outside of the arc, and after the second free throw, the ball would have been for Serbia. Serbia got into possession, but they lost possession very quickly. And I think that sequence of plays wouldn't have happened if refs made the right call. I think Serbia was kind of damaged here, like in this play.
From Tice, but it goes right to Jovic. Decides to reset. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Schroeder takes it away. Breakaway. And he throws down.
Okay, so my call is here, which, or like you can say it's a biased play, but I don't think the whole sequence of things wouldn't have play where this ball is stolen by Schroeder and he makes two points here. And if this was like a regular play where like Abramovich shoots free throws and then ball is given Serbia to start a new possession, all this wouldn't have happened. Entire play. Just it was a play out of order where Jovic gets the ball and he wouldn't have gotten it. It would have gone to a playmaker, and I don't think that there would be this kind of play. So this is on the edge, but I would say that Serbia was stolen here another 2 points, and other than that, when somebody receives a sportsman-like foul or technical foul, another technical or unsportsmanlike foul is ejection from the game. Whatever, like, it doesn't need for for players to have 5 fouls to be ejected from the game. So Franz Wagner, had he been called for unsportsmanlike foul, would have watched more and played less aggressively. Was it if he was rightfully called for unsportsmanlike foul? That situation with Abramovich.
The breakaway jam. And the fire, the passion, the spirited play by Dennis Schroeder. 4 assists and 4 rebounds to go with it. Of course, Serbia has such a luxury of bigs. Think about not just Jokic, but Marjanovic.
Okay, so I skipped a lot of the first 5 minutes of the third half, as I don't think anything important in particular happened in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. It was basically an even game, but I think I selected this point after free throws by Milutinov, and the score is here 55-53. And this is where the key, I think this is the part where Germany won the game, where they pulled away from Serbia, making a 9-0 run. And I'll show here that 7 of those 9 points were made with free throws that were given to Germany by the refs, by bad calls by refs, and it as a consequence, next plays were mediated by those bad calls, and that's how Germany made its run. And basically what it won. There are like few other plays afterwards that we'll mention, but I think this is the key moment where they pulled away. They had like 2 points lead in the second half, but this is where it happened. This is the key period of the game.
Steve did his job again, just pressuring Schroeder in the open court.
That's what Abramovich is on the court to do. Such a pest defensively. Can he stay in front of Schroeder? Schroeder step back 3. And they're going to call a foul on the shooter. Abramovich.
Okay, so call number 1 here is which you will see that this was called a foul from the defensive player, and you will see that Schroeder here created a contact with Abramovich, which is silly, with his extended knee, which hit Abramovich into his hip area. I think I saw a Russian broadcast where the guy Russian says like that. He said something funny, like he said that the refs legalized Schroeder kicking Abramovich with his knee to the hip and calling that foul from defense. They were joking, they were laughing about, because this play was so silly. But so was Abramovich's reaction, because he showed this thing like that he was slapped in the face, which he wasn't, but he was what I don't know if he was what he was saying. He was not slapped in the face, but he was kicked in his hip.
Talking to from the officials, but obviously the coach has already used the challenge. Abramovich felt like he got his hand on the ball, and then he's the one who got hit.
Okay, so watch this. There was no contact on the hand. There was no contact on the hand, and he was clearly away from the landing area where Schroeder fell. But what happened here, if you see, is that Schroeder extended his knee into the hip area of Abramovich, and he is the one who made the foul. And this is obviously extended knee to create a contact, like unnaturally extended knee.
That looks like he got the wrist to me of Schroeder initially.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough play these days. Obviously, such a high volume of threes are taken. Guys know they need to contest, but you have to contest without foul. So they are going to go to the review yet again. They want to make sure they get it right.
Possible act of violence.
So you see how, I don't know. Let me try to make this bigger, and I don't know if I need. So watch this. So look at Schroeder's, like is this the normal way when you shoot a 3-pointer or whatever, when you're doing a jump shot, that your leg extends like this, that your knee extends like this into the hip of the opposing player? Because Abramovich didn't touch Schroeder. He didn't touch his hand. He didn't touch his body. And the only way you can draw a foul here is what the players in the NBA been doing. And this also in the NBA, they created actually a special rules against the players, attacking players who are trying to draw a foul. So this would be in the NBA. I don't know, probably in the Europe, if you have a proper ref, if somebody unnaturally extends, and this is a natural extension of Schroeder's right hand and his knee into hip area of, and this is also a play that you can potentially injure somebody if you kick him with his with knee into hip area. You can actually injure somebody. Like, I'm happy that like we already had Boris Simonic, who lost his kidney and he had 2 operations already, and it's a question of not he will continue to play basketball as a professional basketball player. And you had like bunch of like 2 or 3 reckless plays by Germans on Serbian players. Like the first one is that sportsman like foul that was being annulled by the refs, which were, ref basically called it out, like when Franz Wagner pushed Abramovich. And this is the second, like obviously they were targeting Abramovich because he was Serbia's best defender, probably in this tournament, next to Dobric, who couldn't play. Like, he got injured in the beginning of this game on its own. It's not the Germans' fault, but look at the way the the knee of Schroeder is extended into body of Abramovich. So he's right that he was fouled. He was just not slapped in the face, or I don't see. Maybe he was also slapped. I don't know if there's a natural contact by the right hand of Schroeder here. So maybe he has a point here that he was slapped, but I didn't see that slap. I just saw that kick with the knee of Schroeder. So him simulating here is it's a little bit too much. Like, there was no need for Abramovich to simulate like here, but he's right. He's kicked, and this should have been an offensive foul. Instead, Schroeder here is awarded 3 free throws. So like I don't know, show you. Maybe I will put in here like clip from that Russian broadcast. They were laughing and making jokes about this play. So this is typical high five. This is high five. This is not a foul from the defense. Contact on the shoulder. Hold on. Where do you see here contact on the shoulder?
But it's a normal motion. It was not looking. Yeah, yeah.
What are you saying? Like the refs are saying that Schroeder was in the normal motion and the foul came into the shoulder area of Schroeder? Where? Like, should I repeat this and you saw it one more time?
So we go for a foul, free shot for sure for white 17.
Look at Serbian players, they're like in disbelief, and the Russians were laughing like hell, like in their broadcast.
Nothing more.
Referees determine no act of violence committed. So it will be 3 free throws for Dennis Schroeder.
And this is just insane, like, but this is the moment, like, when you had like a big break by the refs, and this is the first 3 points that they awarded to Germany. So I'm just gonna call this like a call. Like, this is not a 50-50 call, like even by a long shot. Three-point foul, Abramovich on Ruder. And I'm gonna call this 3 points better because I think that Ruder knocked all of them. Like, I'll correct if he didn't. But if memory serves me well, I think he knocked down all of 3 of them.
Abramovich did get hit on the shoulder, kind of back of head area, but obviously grabbed his face and wasn't able to sell it.
Doesn't matter what he said. Like, you can see that Schroeder overextended his knee and kicked Abramovich into the hip. This is like quite enough. If you looked a little bit, even like if you didn't look the replay, you could have seen this.
Schroeder having a laugh about it. Three big free throws.
Yeah, I bet what Abramovich is saying, that this to the ref, that they're sellout and something like, I wouldn't say here because you cannot curse and monetize later or whatever. You cannot use those kind of videos when you can curse, but he used some curse words and refs here.
To come here, a chance for Germany to get its largest lead of the game.
Players usually have selective memory, right? And you can see there Abramovich.
Okay, my bad. He missed one. This is not +3. This is +2.
I guess he may have forgotten that split second that he got him on his forearm.
Well, players also never actually commit the foul.
No, there's never been a foul committed yet.
So Schroeder misses the first, knocks down the second. One more free throw to come. Two for three for Schroeder.
Control, but you can see with the game on the line, he really knows how to play good basketball, take what the defense gives him.
Here's Nikola Jovic, nice feed.
Okay, so this is one of the key plays that I hope they're gonna show this properly, where Bonga committed a foul on Milutinov, and then in fast break, Bogdanovic fouled him, and then he got two free throws. So if you can see from the back, like where Bonga's hand is. Hey, let me repeat that. Watch this. So watch Bonga's hand. Bonga's hand is on the back of Milutinov, and is preventing Milutinov from elevating on Voigtman. Voigtman was actually in front of Milutinov and actually made a right basketball play and poked the ball away from Milutinov, but that's not where the foul came from. Foul came from Bonga, as he is clearly making a contact both with his left hand and with his body, like elevating from Milutinov. And I don't know, like even if he made a foul with his right hand, but you can see here, and you will get a better better slow motion later, that his hand and his body was clearly making contact with Milutinov, which is 100% a foul big as a house, and also one of the key plays next to that 3 points and 3 free throws from Schroeder, which should have been offensive foul. And you can see both players, like both Milutinov and whoever was there, I think Goodrich or whatever, and Goodrich actually received a technical call for complaining about that foul.
Here for Germany to run. It's Bonga. Looks to go coast to coast, and he'll head to the free throw line. And they're going to call a technical foul on Serbia as well, on Milutinov.
And you see Serbian coach here asking, like, where is the foul on Milutinov? How is that not called? Even him, who in first half says that he don't do too much to the ref, he lost his nerves by this moment.
Jovic has to be careful here. Bonga with a great play defensively on one end against Milutinov, and then pushing the leg to the floor. Good gather between both defenders. Bogdanovic.
So there's no problem here. This is a foul, but this fast break wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened if the correct call by refs was made, and they called that defensive play by Bonga foul. There will be 2 free throws from Milutinov, and then this sequence in fast break where Goodrich receives a technical and Bogdanovic receives albeit a right call on fast break that he made. He committed the foul, but this sequence wouldn't have happened if the refs called that foul on Milutinov. So watch this. So look at Bonga's hand, like he's with his all force, so he's elevating off Milutinov. His hand is on Milutinov's back, and it doesn't matter what he does with the ball. I think he made also a foul, like with his hand over Milutinov's shoulder and hand, and doesn't matter if he blocked with on hand. Is like he committed 3 different fouls on Milutinov in this play. You see, his hand was on Milutinov's shoulder, but even like a second before, like I don't okay.
On one end against Milutinov, and then pushing the leg to the floor. Good gather between both defenders. Bogdanovic here with the reach in.
Okay, watch now.
Another look there. Nice pass from Jovic. Take another look there.
Maybe just slow motion it here so you can see what happened. I don't know why this switched to 4080. Okay. Watch this. So as we clearly saw, look at this hand of Bonga and Milutinov. So he's clearly elevated off to Milutinov's back, and his body is making his jumping of Milutinov is making a push, like 2 different contacts, like with half of his body is making a contact with Milutinov, which is obviously a foul. he's making a foul with his hand on the Milutinov's shoulder. There's a contact here, and he touches the ball. He happened to be touching a ball here a little bit. So the only one who made the right play, you see, this is the hand of Voigtman here, and this is not a foul, according to refs, which is insane. Yeah. Let's put this back. I'm gonna go back here. This and it says Bonga's foul. Foul on Milutinov. So this is then that's a 5-point play, because what happened next is Germany went to fast break. Bonga was fouled by Bogdanovic. So Bogdanovic foul happened. Bonga fouls didn't happen, and like in the first, this is already a third foul. Like Bonga committed one foul. Let me see from the Bonga's foul, offensive foul, and there was another like Bonga call, like 2 or 3 calls, uncalled foul of Bonga and Bogdanovic. So 2 fouls in the first half that were not called, like Bonga's foul on Bogdanovic and Bonga's offensive foul against Davidovac when he made a push with his right hand and then scored 2 points. So this is a +5. You know why? Because Bonga made both of his free throws, and then technical call on Guduric that shouldn't have happened. And that's what I'm saying. In this run, the only 2 points of this 9-0 run by Germany were 2 points from a jump shot by Schroeder. So he had 3 free throws. A foul was given to Abramovich, even though it should have been offensive foul against Schroeder. And then you have this play where Bonga's foul on Milutinov is not being played, and then you have a technical foul on Guduric, and then you have 3 free throws, and they were all made. So 7 out of 9 points in this crucial 9-0 run on Germany were given to Germany by refs.
So he'll head to the bench. Milutinov, Petrusev back on the floor. Bogdanovic picking up his 3rd personal foul, so that's something we definitely have to keep an eye on.
And another point is there were 3 uncalled fouls on Bonga. Bonga, if all those fouls were actually called on Bonga, would have finished the game in the 3rd quarter, or at the end of 3rd quarter, beginning of 4th. Well, this foul that Bogdanovic received and Guduric put them into foul trouble and also into bonus, and then you have additional features. It all affects the games on multiple levels. But the players get nervous and talking with the refs and so on, like with that a call. You see that in this moment, Abramovich again is talking to the refs because of the previous call, and now this call like on Milutinov.
He's gonna get the technical, and Bonga will get his 2.
9 points now in the quarter for Schroeder, making his case for the MVP potentially of this World Cup.
Absolutely.
So now 2 free throws by Bonga.
Absolutely. Tends to go to the winner of the gold medal game, and when you play like this,
What an accolade that would be for him, especially stacked up against some of the names that we've seen play in this tournament. Play some really good basketball. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards.
we've seen big time performances. Of course, the last World Cup MVP was Ricky Rubio back in 2019 in Beijing as he helped lead Spain to the gold medal. And now, all of a sudden, Germany, 9-point lead.
Yeah, all of a sudden. 7 points gifted from refs with bad calls to Germany, with bad calls against Serbia, and awarded 7 points, 3 points by refs to Germany, and that's how they created this lead. Oh, and of course, the situation with fouls that also affected the games. Other than that, but what I was trying to say about this game is, if you remember, at the moment I stopped, it was around 5 minutes. So in this, about 2 minutes and 10, Germany came from it was 55-53, 9-0, 62-53. In only 2 minutes and 10 games, in those 2 minutes and 10 2 minutes and not 10 games, 10 seconds, entire game was decided, with all those bad calls from the first half as well. Okay, so this is another situation where Bonga committed the foul against Petrushev and nothing was called. Well, let me slow-mo this and then make a bigger screen. So watch this now. So watch this play by Bonga. So basically, he was rolled by Petrushev, and watch where his right hand is. He's committing the foul not with the left hand, which is also not properly, like, if you're gonna make foul, like, you should be vertical. You see the position of Bonga. He's not vertical. He's leaning with his hand and with his body on Petrushev, and he's how do you say, with the way he moved here, and he's definitely leaning. He is decreasing the angle of Petrushev to the basket, to the rim. So you can see where Petrushev left, like Petrushev, because Bonga was leaning on him with his elbow and with his right hand and with his body weight. Petrushev, from being here, like, he was pushed from below the basket, and this foul wasn't called. So this should have been a 2 free throws, and nothing was called. And the ref was right here. Like, I don't know where the second ref here is. I don't know if the ref from the other side can see here, but this was a clear foul. And you can see, like Marinkovic, I think this is Marinkovic. What the hell? How is this not a foul? Like, Petrushev was like also like raising hands. How is this not a foul by Bonga? And Bonga was like, I didn't do anything. Insane, just insane. No, Bonga was like, I don't know if you'd have listened until the end of third quarter if all the fouls on him were called, but he's the one. I think him and Schroeder are the two guys who, with their dirty plays, won the game for Germany. I'm gonna add 2 points here. From those 2 free throws that would have been played, because Petrushevich is a very good free throw shooter. Okay, this is a single how you call it, single play where Goodrich slipped and the foul was called on Schroeder, and this wasn't a foul at all. So a single in the entire game, a single bad call that went against Germany. So watch this. This is just Goodrich slipping on a wet or slippery floor, and the ref calling a foul on Schroeder, which it wasn't.
Tripped up Guduric.
No, Schroeder didn't. Like, you have to be honest. Like, Schroeder didn't trip Goodrich. Goodrich tripped on his own
And that's going to be his third.
because it was wet. That's all.
So both stars, Bogdanovic and Schroeder, 3,000 apiece. You see here, Guduric, great job.
Schroeder didn't do anything, so I have to admit it. Like, fair is fair. But this is a single. Like, if you can see, like, all these calls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many calls here. 6 in the first half, and then you have 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like that's what, like 10 calls against Serbia versus okay the first call against Germany. Hold on. One stolen from Germany too. I have to be honest. This is not a foul.
Again, just sweet Senegalese descent. Will be playing in Olympia Milano next season as Guduric knocks down the first free throw. And there is Luis Scola, one of the ambassadors for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, alongside Paul Gasol and Carmelo Anthony. Of course, Scola, one of the top scorers in World Cup history. I believe he's second all-time. Oh, short on the three. Rebound Nikola Jovic, looking to go 1-on-4.
Okay, so I was silent for a bit for a lot of this play. There was nothing much of importance here in the fourth. I mean, Germany and Serbia were just trading buckets, and Serbia is trying to come back into the game, and we are at a mark of 6:14. So just wanted to show this foul and how it was made. So it's not easy to notice here, but watch where Franz Wagner elbow here hand is, where basically he was pushing Jovic away with and he was not standing in a vertical position. He was leaning towards Jovic. That's a problem, and his elbow and hands are on the Jovic's hip, and this is a foul. And this is the first play that it wasn't play. I think this is the first play in the fourth quarter that wasn't called, if I'm not mistaken. And then at the end, look where Jovic ended up. He was here, and with his body check that's not allowed. If this is not a 90s NBA basketball, this body check with the elbow here, pushing Jovic all the way to the left, and causing this air ball. Like, there's no way Jovic, if this was a right call, Jovic just airballs this ball over the backboard. Okay, it's not an airball, but it's a pretty bad cut. And Jovic here, Nikola Jovic here is like raising her like, ref, where's the foul? I don't know where the second ref here. See, this ref was close enough to see it. I don't know where the second ref is. There's another foul. Like, he raised the hand like what the heck? I am just gonna get a technical for, but this is a foul in my book. You can call it a 50-50, whatever, but this is a clear foul to me. It's not a smart play because the ref is not gonna call anything. Who was that? Franz Wagner. F. Wagner. Foul. Anjovic. Because there's another Jovic. This is another 2 free throws that should have been. He's back.
Transition play there from Jovic. Nobody to help. You gotta be smarter here. 1-on-4 and taking off balance, tough shot in transition, right? You come up.
Yeah, it's a tough shot, but he wouldn't miss that much if it wasn't like directed by Franz Wagner's elbow into the left that much and like put off balance, like when somebody is pushing you, somebody who is much physically stronger, with an elbow and his weight.
Schroeder turn around on the baseline, right there for the putback. Moritz Wagner can't finish. Another chance. They leave Franz Wagner open for 3. Another miss. So Serbia fortunate there as Petrovic.
Okay, this is another BS call. Because you can call this a 50-50 call, because sometimes this is called offensive foul, sometimes it is not. But clearly, Moritz Wagner here was not set with his both feet on the ground and in vertical position, and Petrucci was going this offside, not straight on him. You see another time, everybody in Serbia is complaining, how the hell is this offensive foul? When he was not, it is from the side, it was not straight on him, and he was not set with his both feet. He just got into, if anything, this should have been a 2+1 and 1 play. He was asking for that kind of a replay or a slow motion for us to check it, but since Serbia's coach Pešić already used his challenge, the refs are certain not to review this and avoid Serbia ball because they're working for Germany here. So look at Franz Wagner's feet, where they are. Did he establish himself? Look how natural it is. He's not going into body of Wagner. And you see where the foot is. You're not ready yet. And you see here, Moritz Wagner made a play, cutting like with this last bunch. Like if I go like with a slow motion a little bit. So watch now. So him actually stepping with his foot in the last moment here, he clearly took, like, he wasn't there set in front of Petrucci. He set with his leg, like even his leg is not like in the right position, like it's not fully vertical and so on. Like he came with the leg in the last second in a side of Petrucci's trajectory, and this is clearly a foul by Moritz Wagner. This cannot be called offensive foul. You know, and I'll show you. Like I can show you like many like for example, if you want a good example is LeBron James and his offensive foul against defensive players, and it said like this is the least that you can call, but you can, I don't know, you can call this 50-50, but even this is not, like, I'm being generous if I call this a 50-50 foul. But let's say, like, because I don't have any more space here on this side, I will say M. Wagner, Moritz Wagner's foul on Petrushchev. Called offensive foul on Petrushchev. And this should have been a end one, by the way. This is a foul, so I'm gonna count this as 3 because he made 2 points and it should have been one more free throw.
Wagner just taking it on the chest. He's one of those guys that you hate to play against, but you love to play with. Short as gas right now, but he's got to come get the basketball.
Tice. Oh, offensive foul. The drawing charges. Miami Heat culture once again on display. Here's Abramovich. Couple crossovers. Gets inside. Finds Jovic. Nice pump fake.
And this is another call by refs not allowing Serbia to get back. It's only 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game. And this is a foul that Voigtman made and made contact with Jovic's body, and the refs didn't call it. And okay, this ref was probably a little bit too far away, but this ref that was close here should have seen it. Like, the heck with it. Both of them should have seen it. This was so easy to see. So yeah, let me show you that. Decreased, make it in slow motion. You see 2 of them already, both Bogdanovic, I think this is Bogdanovic, and you're saying, how is this not a foul? Watch this. Like, this is, I think, Thais, who fell for a trick, for Jovic's pump fake, and then Voigtman is coming to try to block.
Nice pump fake.
So watch this. You have a foul, like, even forget Voigtman, you have Obst coming from the back and hitting Jovic in the hand. Look at this. Look at the ref here. Look at the ref here. They cannot see that Obst hit Jovic in the back here. Look at his hand. And another foul coming from Voigtman, however you call it, 7 in the German team. So look at Jovic, like the contact the Voigtman made with his body and the knees of Jovic. Like, he totally rattled him here. Like, forget, he made like there are 3 different contacts here. Like, he totally fell and I say, like, when he landed, he pushed away from Jovic. Look at this. His hands are on Jovic, like both of hands of Obst and Voigtman here. Like not 1 foul, at least 2 fouls, both from Obst and Voigtman. But no, not for the ref. Yeah. Give me a break. And this is not a 50-50 call. This is just a straight Obst. Just, I'm out of space. This is Obst and Voigtman or Voigtman. foul on Jovic.
Finish, and they're going to call a foul on Petrusev.
Yeah, like not just 2 points like from the free throws that happened, is as a consequences this is a 4 point play, because at the end of it Jovic didn't get 2 free throws, but 2 free throws were given to Germany because of the Petrushev's foul, which wouldn't happen if the call was made, from either fouls from Obst or Voigtman there. So I will have to say this is a 4-4 play that went against Serbia in the moment when they were trying to come back into the game.
It's going to be free throws for Franz Wagner.
Right now, with 2 minutes left, Germany's got, they're going to be in the penalty shooting free throws for the rest of the way. All right, so it puts Serbia in a little predicament because defensively you want to be aggressive, but at the same time being over aggressive, you're going to swipe, you're going to get your hands in there, you're putting Germany right in the free throw line.
So we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Germany with a 7-point lead here over Serbia. 2:07 left in the fourth. And of course, for Serbia, did taste the gold at the Eurobasket back in 1993, but the World Cup is a different monster. Of course, 32 teams. We had 8 groups with 4 teams each. They were in a very tough group with Australia. They beat Australia in the group stage. That team had Josh Giddey, Patty Mills, Joe Ingles, a number of NBA guys, and they just haven't slowed down.
And I've said it before, the names on the back of the jersey, we always mention what teams have NBA guys. In international competition, it's a completely different ballgame, completely different beast.
So 9-point lead, Abramovich. Oh, another 3 for him. He came into the game shooting just 17% from 3.
But Serbia came back. Like, this is first of the threes or 3-pointers or threes that Abramovich made, and we came back to a 3-point difference, like with 1 minute left in the game, which is a freaking miracles. If you ask me, it's this many ref calls against Serbia.
He's now 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and it's back to a 6-point game, under 2 to go. Shooter, ball in his hands. They get the switch.
Yeah, this is what they want. This is exactly what they want.
Takes the 3 over the center. Jovic, the rebound gets over to Guduric.
Good job by Milton. Good contest on Shooter.
2-possession game. Abramovich, he's feeling it. Oh, he gets fouled on a 3. What a call, and what a chance here.
And look why this is the right play now.
For Abramovich to cut the lead in
Because Voigtman came right into his landing area here.
half from the free throw line. See Melo and Sue Bird loving the fact we have a tight one here on our hands. Take a look. That's a tough call.
Why is that a tough call? It came into this landing area. That's what was it. What's the name? The Zaza Pachulia rule, when he would have landed when he intentionally landed on what's the name, Kawhi Leonard's ankle. Like, he actually was there. Like, you had 2 previous calls, like 150-50 call where what's the name, Marinkovic fouled Franz Wagner, and he was given 3 points, 3 free throws, and then you have that extended, like, yeah, and he extended his legs for it to be for that foul to be drawn. Then you have that other phony foul of when what's his name? Schroeder extended his knee and hit Abramovich in the elbow, not in the elbow, in the hip, and another 3 points, three free throws, and now this where exactly he went into his into the landing area where he was.
Voigtman contesting the three. As Nikola Jovic will head to the bench. Marinkovic, who had a great first quarter. Remember those 9 early.
But okay, like at least you can see like this could be a 50-50 call. Like Voigtman's, like if I'm being generous now, foul on 3-point attempt by, let's say that this could be a 50-50 call by Abramovich. But I don't think it is, but let's say that it could be. But if this is a compensation for all the mistakes refs made against Serbia, this is a poor one.
Points. I haven't called his name much since. First free throw is good for Abramovich. One more free throw to come. Chance to make this a one-possession game with about 80 seconds left here. 20 points on the night for Abramovich. He's the leading scorer for Serbia. And he does just that.
We've got ourselves a game.
Well, now Germany will call a timeout. And Abramovich trying to get the fans out of their seats. You see the Serbian fans happy to oblige. Plenty of them here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Although overall, it feels pretty even in terms of the fan love. Obviously, USA got a lot of communicating. You also saw that they're looking to get the ball to the corner. Let's see if they're able to execute. Serbia showing some type of full court pressure here.
You can see Bongo's going to bring the ball up. Schroeder off of the ball. You can imagine he's going to come right back to it to make the play.
Oh, Bogdanovic to steal. Picks it up. A lot of time. Don't need a three. Bogdanovic seems like he wants that, though. Pick and roll. Milutinov. Guduric. Corner three. Can't hit it. Big time rebound by Voigtman.
So yeah, at the end, Serbia had a chance to equalize with this open 3-point shot, but when you look at the entire game and how many bad calls and mistakes were made by the refs and all damaging Serbia, like this is a miracle. Like would have been a justice if Serbia made a comeback, but they shouldn't have been in this position to be having to come back from this big deficit that they had, like of 9 to 12 points difference.
And Germany, very lucky. Oh, Schroeder spins away, and Abramovich commits the foul. That will send Dennis Schroeder to the free throw line.
And that was a danger.
So fine. So let's okay. He made their attempt, and yeah, what it ended be the final score 83-77, right? Serbia made 2 more points and Germany made 5 more points, and they finished the game with one of the clutch play one more. This one and one more clutch plays by Schroeder, whatever you. I mean, there were no bad calls at the end, but let's say first half, you had what? This is 3, right? Okay. This is 2, and I have 6, 10, 13 points against Serbia. And then in the second half, you had 9 plus 5 plus okay, what's that? 6, 10 plus let's say this is 10, and then you have what's the 18 points. And if I'm being okay, this is 18 here, and if I'm being very generous, which I shouldn't be in any case, I can add that this is like maybe a 3-point that 3 points that one like this is a 50. Maybe I can say 5 here. Yeah. So all in total, 13, like 26 points were stolen from Serbia entire game. Let's say even 26 to 29 actually. Even if you want to count this, but this was a foul. And final score was what? 77 to 83. So this game should have been won by 20 by Serbia. I'm not saying it would have been 20, but Serbia, like, I don't know how the game would have progressed if the refs didn't make so many mistakes. Like I am not God or somebody like who can predict everything. I don't think that it would be a tighter game than the 20 points for Serbia, but with this many mistakes, I don't know. Like you be the judge if you agree with me, but this is how I see the game, and that's why for me this guy is a world champion, and Bogdanovic should be the MVP of the championship. So it's hard for me to accept the result of this game because like I don't know if you like it or don't like it, but yeah, this is how I looked at the game. So for me, Serbia are world champions and not Germany, and they are fully right, and they're not. For me, they didn't want silver; they won gold, and like maybe Germany deserves to win a gold, but and maybe they could have won the gold against Serbia because I think that they were before the match. I thought that they had equal chances, but we never saw a game with equal chances for both teams. Just because at the end they had like one slim chance when they were coming from like 10 points difference back. It just shows how resilient they are despite all injustice from the refs and so on. At the end they still didn't make it. That's all. And when so this is a scene from the Serbian movie about NATO bombing, and American pilot fell in Belgrade, and now is running. And to this character from the Serbian movie, he looks like a German because he look very Nordic, kind of Scandinavian German. I wish there was this with English titles because to him it looks like a German.
Ma dai, sta c'è Robert Redford dođe ovde da vozi avaks u pičku mater. Ma edi.
Što da ne? Oni su ljudi
patriot, znaš? I kad država zove, oni se svi odazovu.
What's your name?
Jonathan Schumacher.
Joj, Švaba, znao sam. Ko će nas...
Because we call Germans Schwaben. And he says, now, who is gonna go after on Serbia to attack Serbs around the Germans? Because they fought, they were trying to get us in the Balkan War with Austro-Hungary or Habsburg monarchy in Austria in the 19th and the early 20th century, World War One, World War Two. They were attacking us, and now of course, this was in 1999 NATO bombing of Serbia.
Srbina da udari nego Švaba.
And he says, how are you not tired of it? How are you not bored from it? Keep hitting and striking against Serbs.
Kako on bre više ne dosadi, je?
And with that, I salute you and I'm out. Peace. And yeah, if you like the content, please like and subscribe and comment in the comment section. Bye.